Roses. I just wanted to connect with you. I want to encourage you as we're going through these unsettling times and the news feeds are just bombarding our timeline. I just wanted you to rest in the love of God and rest in the peace. In fact, I want you to have the rose approach to all the circumstances around us. The R stands for just rest. Rest in the peace that God provides for us. He says, I have a peace that will pass anything that you can understand. Can you imagine that? A peace that, again, just wows us. A peace that we can't even add explanation to. And that's the peace the R represents, resting in the peace of God. The O, I want you to just recognize the order that God has called in your life and to not become so bogged down that you feel overwhelmed. I also want you to live in optimism, to know that God knows that this was going to happen. He already knows. And so he's created this pathway for us to get connected and closer to him, that we seek him in everything. The S is just to find that safe place in his arms and to also make sure that when we talk through social distancing, that we're not entering into social isolation. There's a really big difference. And for some of us, especially those who have any level of introvert in you, it becomes easier to social isolate. And so we don't want you to do that. It's really important to me that you socially connect. And so Ashley is going to be forming groups. She's going to reach out and request your contact information because we're going to partner you. Now, if you will recall, we did partner for prayer and we have some partnerships that are still ongoing and they have been a blessing to your lives. We're not going to break up those groups. However, we are going to add in more connections. And so we just want to make sure that during this time, and as they keep saying, things will get worse before they get better. But again, we know that God can take all of the worst. He'll work it together and make it for our good. And so again, social connection. And so you will get partnered with someone. So again, just be prepared to provide updated contact information so that we can well connect you to someone else. I also want to send some notes out to you and just stay connected through text messaging and phone calls and little cards in the mail. So if you would please make sure that you update your address for us so that, again, we can remain connected and stay in touch with one another. The other thing I want to keep in mind is the E of Rose. And the E, it stands for our eternal place in Christ. You know, our hope is in Christ, and that's the eternity, just that we can spend our time with him and not to get so caught up in this moment and not so caught up in this short period of time of our lives. And not focus on the fact that we will be with Christ in eternity. And so I just want to encourage you and also the E is representing engage. I want to encourage you to engage with one another, connect with one another, make phone calls, send text messages, don't socially isolate. Keep the love of Christ in your heart and make sure that you share it with someone else. During this season, people are experiencing all types of emotions. And so we just want to make sure that the Sisterhood of Roses and Thorns stays connected, that you understand that we will continue to have our monthly, every third Friday connections. Now, whether that will be in person or if it'll be through Zoom, we'll give you those details as it progresses. It is my intention that on this Friday, March the 20th, that we will have a collection of ladies, whoever desires to come at my home. I am hosting this month, and that is the decision unless something prevents us from being able to do that. There are daily announcements. There's also some preventative experiences that our states and local governments are placing restrictions. So again, it's my heart for us to connect, and we're going to do that whether we do that in person or we do that through a digital means. But throughout the month, we just want to continue on with our Monday connections, our Monday motivations. Those have been coming from Ashley and Sharon. Chanel had sent some in the past. We're just excited to be able to uplift your day. So thank you, Sharon, and thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Chanel, for those Monday motivational words of encouragement. It's examples like that that show that you are not by yourself, that you are part of a community of sisterhood who love you. So if you need anything, you just want to just hear a voice, connect and reach out. And you'll also start seeing more postings happening through our page. So be sure to connect to the YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that right now. It is Roses and Thorns, and click the little alarm button to subscribe. And so anytime we post new content, you'll be made aware of that. Ashley will send a link to that out in the email where she will remind us about our upcoming connections. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you. I'm always thinking about you, and remember to have the rose effect to everything that we're experiencing with the virus and all the anxiety. Take a rose, and again, rest in Him. Make sure you're optimistic, you're not overwhelmed, and also keep it in mind that you're not socially isolating, but you're socially distancing, and that you find the safe place in His arms. And remember, our focus is on the eternal and not on this current moment right now. We love you, and I cannot wait to connect with you.